Welcome back. This video is on multiplying and dividing in algebra. Okay, so let's get straight into it. Alright, let's start with multiplying. The first thing that I like to teach students is when you're multiplying, sometimes it's just easy to write everything in expanded form, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. Easy to write in expanded form, and also another tip is that we can change the order. Gee, this is lazy, but change the order of stuff. Okay. In other words, if you've got 3ab, which means 3 times a times b in expanded form, then you can write that as b times 3 times a. It doesn't matter, we can change the order of things. We're allowed to do that with multiplication. Okay, so that's basically all we need to do. We're allowed to change the order of stuff. That's fine in multiplication, and sometimes it's easy to write in expanded form. And I'll do some examples now of what I mean, because that probably doesn't help you a whole lot. Let's just go straight into an example. Okay, so 4a times 6b or something like that. Okay, so what do? Well, let's write this in expanded form. 4a means 4 times a. So 4 times a times 6 times b. Okay, 6b means 6 times b. Now, what did I say? So I've written in expanded form. Let's change the order. In other words, let's put the stuff that we can multiply together. So we'll put all the numbers out the front. So we're going to have that as 4 times 6 and then times a times b. Now we can sort of see what's going on here. 4 times 6 is 24. A and b cannot be simplified, nothing happens with them, and so your answer is 24ab. Now, if you need to expand this, then that's fine, but some people can just do this quickly and just go, oh, they multiply the numbers together. 4 times 6 is 24, and they just multiply all the pronumerals together, a times b, 24ab. Okay, let me do just a couple more examples. Okay, make sure everyone's good with this. Okay, so 3ab squared times negative 2ab5. Okay. Let's do this multiplication. I'll do it the hard way, and then I'll just show you the easy way. Okay, the quick way if your brain is good with it. So let's write this in expanded form. This means 3 times a times, and I'll just write b squared in expanded form too. B squared means b times b. Okay, so that's that first part there. Times negative 2 times a times. Now b5 is b times b times b times b times b. There we go. That's what all that in expanded form is equal to. Now, if this helps you to figure stuff out, then use this. But you don't necessarily have to do this because there's heaps of shortcuts in algebra. So I'm going to rearrange it. I'm going to put all the numbers together at the front, and then I'm going to put the a's together, what we have, and the b's together. So this means 3 times negative 2, put the numbers at the front, and then I'm going to have the a's. We've got one a here, and then we've got another a there. So it'll be a times a times, and then we're going to do the b's. We've got b times b from here, and then we've got these 5 times b, so times b times b times b times b. Is that enough? One more, times b. Okay, so just rearrange that, and now let's sort of just put things back into place. What's 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. What's a times a? That's a squared. What's b times b? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means b to the power of 7. Okay, and that is your answer. Now, let's do it the fast way. Times your numbers together. What's 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. What's a times a? is a squared. What's b squared times b to the power 5? If you know your index laws, you just add those two together and you get b7. So that is a fast way to do some of these multiplications, and you'll get used to doing those. Fantastic. Let's go on to dividing. Okay, so with dividing, okay, when you're dividing, it's easy probably to write it as a fraction. Write it as a fraction and cancel number factors and pronumeral factors. Okay, so that's what we're trying to do here. Write the division as a fraction, and then look at what's on the top and bottom line, cancel out some numbers, so simplify the fraction, and also look for pronumeral factors on the top and bottom line. Okay, so straight into an example, because that's what everyone's here to see, aren't they? 16c over 8. Okay, so let's have a look at this. 16c over 8. You've sort of got two different sort of sections. We've got the it didn't work. I tried to change to a nice sort of pink colour for everyone. We've got this 16 over 8. That's our number part. And then we've got this other c, which is just your letter part. So how do we simplify 16 over 8? This means 16 divided by 8, which is 2. And so our number, if we simplify that, we just get number 2. And then c cannot be simplified. It's just sitting there by itself. And so it's just equal to c. And that's all we can do to simplify something like that. Okay. Another example might be 12m divided by 4. How do we do this? Well, let's write that as 12m over 4. And again, look at your number parts. Look at what does 12 over 4 simplify to. 12 over 4 is 12 divided by 4, which is 3. And then we've just got that m sitting there by itself, which cannot be simplified. Okay, let's get on to some more interesting examples. Let's try 8mn over 20m. Okay, so let's look at this. What's going on here? Let's do the numbers first. Okay, so we'll do a fraction line. 8 over 20. What can be simplified here? What's the highest common factor between 8 and 20? Well, 4 goes into both of these. So let's divide 8 by 4. What's 8 divided by 4? Is 2. What's 20 divided by 4? Is 5. So we've simplified that, and so we get 2 on the top line and 5 on the bottom line. Okay, fantastic. Now we can also simplify factors on the top line and bottom line. Here we can see we've got an m on the top line and also an m on the bottom line. So we can cancel those out. Effectively, we're dividing the top line by m and dividing the bottom line by m, and they just disappear. And what's left is just this n sitting there. Okay, so you just got this. The answer is 2n over 5 is what it simplifies down to. Okay, I'll just do a bit more of a more complicated example. Something like this. Negative 7xy squared z squared divided by 14xyz. Okay. I'll do this one slow, but you'll probably see faster ways to be able to do this. Okay. So firstly, let's write it as a fraction. We've got negative 7xy squared z squared over 14xyz. Before I do any cancelling or anything, I'm just going to write this in expanded form just so we can see what's going on. Negative 7 times x times y squared. Y squared is y times y. Z squared is z times z. Okay, that's the top line. Let's write the bottom line. Bottom line's 14 times x times y times z. So now I'll go to my nice pink colour here, and let's just simplify this. So on the top line, let's look at the numbers first. We've got negative 17, 7, and 14 on the bottom line. Can they be cancelled? Well, yeah. What's the common factor? 7 goes into both of those. So let's divide the 14 by 7, that gives us 2. And let's divide that by 7, which gives you 1, okay? So negative 1, something like that. So what you're going to have is negative 1 on the top line of this fraction. Now, let's have a look at any pronumerals that can be cancelled. Is there any factors, in other words, things that are multiplied by each other on the top line, which are also on the bottom line? Well, yeah, there's this x, so I'm going to cancel that x and that x. Gone. Fantastic. We've also got this y and this y. Gone. We've also got this z and this z, which all cancel out. What are we left with here? We've got only a y on the top line left and this z on the top line left. And on the bottom line, we've just got this 2 and nothing else. So it's equal to that. The final answer is equal to negative yz over 2. Okay, and so when you're cancelling, just make sure it's factors on the top line. Remember, factors are things that are multiplied by each other. You can only cancel things that are multiplied by each other on the top and bottom lines. And apart from that, cancelling out when dividing algebra is fun because you get something really simple in the end. Thank you.